Why, hello. Allow me to introduce you to my latest project. I guess that doesn't really tell you what this project is about, huh? Hope Macaulay Cardigan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because I really like her cardigans. Why am I making this cardigan instead of just buying it? Well, it costs a pretty penny. And let me tell you, my children have this notion that all of my clothes are... Let me present Exhibit A. They crawl into my clothes like it's some sort of tent. They also use my clothes as their own personal snot rag. Giant napkin. That's what they should... That's what they should call all mommies. Giant napkins. That. And I also constantly spill things on myself. I literally spilled something on the very last thing that I made as soon as I put it on. Okay, maybe using my kids as an excuse for not buying expensive things is not very valid. Regardless, I have goals, and those goals are... Make things. Make content-y things. Get better at making things. Hence why I must make this cardigan. It's the Wonderland Chunky Knit Cardigan, in case you're interested. Okay, off we go.
This is a point where I usually add some music and do something with a yarn, but I already did that at the beginning of this intro, so I thought you might enjoy watching a baby eat noodles.
The yarn that I'll be using is a cotton and soft... Yes? Okay, baby. Alright. So this is a cotton and soft acrylic blend, and it tells me to use a 4.5 or a 5.5 millimeter needle. I am going to be knitting a chunky sweater, so Yeah, you're a photographer? Cheese! Thank you. As I was saying, I'm going to be using a bigger needle so I can knit a chunky sweater, and I think this is a size 12. And unfortunately, my needle with the shorter, whatever this thing is called, the biggest one I have is 8 millimeters, so this will have to do for the arm part. Oh my goodness, the kids are asleep early, and that means I get to party.
While me do my two-step.
But really quietly, and my idea of a party is just getting started on my knitting.
It looks like this might be really easy. I'm just going to start right here and just... Is that knit purl? Oh, okay, so that looks like it's purl, 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 and then I just keep knitting all the way up. Oh, it goes up to here. And then I knit down from here. Huh.
Grab 3 slurchels of yarn. A slurchel is a classifier, also known as a measure or counter word for yarn. If you actually happen to be a knitter, you would know that that is a blatant lie. I just happen to like the way slurchel sounds better than skein, so I'm just going to call them slurchels going forward. Let's Google the word slurchel to make sure it doesn't already exist. Yeah, I made a new word.
That doesn't quite look the way that I hoped it would look. I guess it's actually knit purl, knit purl. Okay, time to start over.
Grab your red sweater so you can size your cardigan. Next, grab your Make You Feel Extra Smart pin and do some complicated math to figure out how many loops you need to make. I enjoy doing things like this because I like to make myself feel like my expensive degree didn't completely go to waste from time to time. Then come to the conclusion that you need a number of loops that you don't quite remember once you do your voiceover and go to town with your knitting.
Time-lapse time. Whoa, knitting one line took 7 minutes. Yikes.
Now plop your face on the bed at the realization that you've been knitting in the wrong color this entire time. But indeed, it wasn't entirely a bad thing because the cardigan would have been just too oversized should you have continued to knit. Time to happily start over again tomorrow.
Time to multitask.
Doesn't this mess kind of make me look like a robot? I also realized that tripling up the yarn was actually using way too much yarn and I might not have enough for the project. I thought I would have enough. I mean, that's a lot of yarn. So I tested it out with 2 strands of yarn and compared it to the 3 strands that I'd originally done. And now I have to make the decision. Do I want it to look chunky or have enough and not look as chunky? Decisions.
I indeed decided to go with 2 strands of yarn because I would actually like to have a cardigan instead of having an unfinished chunky cardigan. Place both slurtles of yarn into a bag to prevent tangling. Begin casting on. You're probably an expert at casting on by now if you've watched the video this far because I have cast on and unraveled at least a few times so far. Now time to make those loops happy by knitting ferociously. Then try to keep things interesting by changing up that camera angle and keep knitting.
And that's the 20-minute mark. Time to take off my face mask. Back to knitting. I wonder how long it's going to take me to get this part done. Only one way to find out.
The video editor on my phone doesn't really give me many options for inserting a time clock, so I decided to become a human time clock. Done at 25 minutes.
Lunch break. I told you I spilled stuff all the time. Pouring chocolate milk into the sink. Satisfying. Does anyone else's tummy get all wet after they do the dishes too? Okay, now I have to knit just a little bit more this way because it looks like this side's a little bit longer. And I have to get started with this color and the orange. I'm kind of curious as to how the back looks because, you know, this is just a picture of the front. I wonder if I can find another picture to get a better idea of the back. There's a clue. Oh, there's some more green in the back. That's a lot of green. I don't know if I have that much green. Okay, I think I got it. I unraveled that pink yarn that I messed up on, and now I'm going to start adding it to the cardigan. Another 20 minutes and another color down. Now I'm ready for the orange. Minutes this time. I need a break. Woo-wee! This cardigan's just knitting itself. I'm a little rusty on my southern accent. I'm just kidding. Add about another hour to the clock. And that actually looks more like a weird bathing suit than a cardigan. So far. Now add another hour onto the clock. Now onto the sleeves.
엄마 근데 몽환을 해봐요.
Oh, I'm so thirsty.
알았어요. 엄마는 이 방구대 방방방방방. 이 방구대 방방방방방방.
What happened to my coffee? Can I have some coffee?
커피.
Yeah.
그럼 목말라요?
Yeah, I'm thirsty. Need some coffee. Please.
딸기주요.
Strawberry coffee. Thank you. What's that? 2 hours. I'm done with the cardigan, so you think I would be done with this video, but this thing kind of happened.
이렇게 예쁠 수 프린세스가 엄마 한 개 더 만들어주면 안 돼요?
Oh yeah, plus 2 hours. Now I'm really done. Now that I'm done, I really wish I had ordered a little bit more yarn so I could have tripled up on the thread and made a chunkier cardigan. What's that sound? That sounds like the start of a new project.